Hey traders, this is Jeff with ZenTrader.ca with the market update. I have 5 charts here for you that I'm going to make the case that I think the markets are getting ready to bounce. I thought that yesterday. I thought we could see some opening weakness which would give way to some buying. We started to see that, and then the buyers disappeared and the sellers reappeared, and the market sold off and closed near the lows. That's okay. We needed to have some selling. We needed to have a little bit of fear, and I think we've got that. I have the VIX chart here. I'm going to show you. These are all I believe like 18, 20-month charts with a daily, and really the big star of the show is going to be the 50-day EMA, and I'm going to use that to indicate some strength, or basically how the charts are holding up, or if they're getting exhausted in their current move. So start out with the Dow and the NASDAQ. The Dow has been the stronger of the indexes, no doubt. We're only about 200 points off of the highs. That would register about a 1.2% off the highs, which is absolutely nothing. You know, imagine a line going across here. That would be support. We're still 100 and some points above support, as well as a couple hundred points above the 50-day EMA. So this is a very strong market when you look at the Dow. You wouldn't know that from some of the headlines out there, but the NASDAQ a little bit weaker, you know, but 2 solid days of selling. We recovered a little bit, but nothing to write home about. We're still above the 50-day EMA. You know, I would say you could draw a line here, and that would indicate some area of support, or above that. We're above, as I said, the 50 EMA. And on both of these, the RSIs are still quite bullish in my opinion. As long as we stay above 40, not a problem. TLT. I think what happened today in TLT, it gapped up. It's on the heels of a move up. Basically, we've gone up. This is the 8th straight day we've gone up. We were very oversold here. We've gone up. We've gone above the 50-day EMA, but not in a bullish way. There's really not an area on here that I can kind of point out, but we're on the wrong side. Like when this market peaked in July, came down. This was one sign of weakness, the degree of the sell-off, and then basically the bounce to recapture the 50-day EMA, and then immediately sell off hard. And now we're just making lower highs, and this is not a bullish market. This isn't even a market where I can say that it's forming a bottom. If anything, there is a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern here. We're in a downward trend line, as I said, making lower highs. I believe that this is an area where, in Michael Koval's book, The Complete Turtle Trader, he refers to this concept called points of price instability. I'm just going to read this because I think this is such a key point. I've talked about it before, but these points, they represent a good trading opportunity because one side or the other will win the battle of psychological warfare. The exhausted side will give up, and I think the exhausted side here is going to be the bulls. And at these points, there's a relatively small price difference between a trade working and not working. So I think you could actually short TBT here, and I think you're going to find out very soon if this trade is going to work. And essentially, he goes on to say that the cost of being wrong is lower, and I think that that's very important. So let's look at TBT and see what we've got. Now, this is for as weak. No. For as strong as this move looks, this didn't have that bad of a pullback. Yes, this chart, if you look at the overall trend, is pretty ugly. But it's making higher highs and higher lows. And I think that this is an area where this is going to find some support. I really need to get to the VIX. I'm running out of time. And this is basically the same thing. The 50-day EMA has proven to be a high for this. You know, maybe tomorrow we get that gap up. I'm sorry, the market's gap down and then rebound. But right now the futures look positive. So we could have seen the lows for the market for maybe a week or two.